Hey, how's it going? It's Jared Hernandez, Realtor at True Realty. And today we're going to go over the 7 steps on how to buy a house. The first step in buying a house is to meet with the real estate professional. As we meet, we will discuss your style of home that you like, price, and location. Then we're going to talk to a lender so we can determine how much you can be approved for. The lender will determine that based on your credit, based on your income, and your assets. Once we have the pre-approval letter, then we can go shopping. Step number 2, start searching for a home. At this point, you have a pre-approval letter, you're good to go, and the fun begins. We're going to start looking for homes together as a team. I send you homes, you send me homes. Now keep in mind that Redfin, Zillow, and Trulia, all those websites can be a little bit inaccurate on data. They're about 3 to 5 days behind. I'll be sending you homes directly from MLS to make sure that you have the most updated information on all the homes that are listed. Step number 3 is making an offer. At this point, you found a house that you love. Your wife's happy, your kids are happy, everybody's happy. We just want to make sure that we secure the property. And how do we do that is by making a competitive offer. We need to analyze first how many days has a house been on the market? What is the comparables in the area? And based on this data, we can analyze and determine whether this home will sell fast or it will be a good deal to make a lower offer. That being said, I'm going to assist you making that research to determine what is the best offer that we can make on that home. Step 4, negotiation and contract. It might take a few tries, but hang in there. I'm going to do the best I can to get this home negotiated for you. From price to closing cost assistance to home warranty and other terms and conditions that will benefit you and your new home. Step 5, under contract. Congratulations. This means that we have 30 days on average to close this loan. That being said, during contract, we have 10 days of inspection period. During that inspection period, you will be able to evaluate the physical aspects of the house, your community, your neighborhood, school districts, and other important factors to make sure that you are living in the right home, that you want to be there. Now keep in mind that during the inspection process, some things might come up here and there, and at that point, I'm going to help you negotiate any repairs that need to be done in order for you to move into that home. Step 6, final details. At this point, we pass the inspection period and the appraisal. Now there's one thing that's very important I like to do, that is the final walkthrough. We need to go make sure the house is not caught on fire and that everything still works fine. The final walkthrough will allow us to understand the conditions of the home before we sign. Now keep in mind that before we sign, you may be required to take an afternoon or a morning off from work, that you can go to the title company and sign your final documents. Step 7, closing day. The day you've been waiting for. At this point, there's only one thing left, and that is the final walkthrough. We're going to go visit the home one more time to make sure it hasn't burned down. Also, to make sure that everything works still the same way as it was from the day that we saw it. Now at this point, you already signed. The funds have been sent to title, and title has recorded with the county, which means that you are the new ownership. Now, there is one tip left that I want to give you. You may receive emails, texts, phone calls, and visitors trying to sell you additional services for your new home. You don't owe anything to anybody, so don't cut anybody a check or send money to anybody. Avoid the scammers that are trying to get you to buy or subscribe to things that are not needed. Now keep in mind, if you have any questions after closing, call, text, or email me. I'll be more than happy to assist you with that. My relationship with you does not end at closing, it is for a lifetime.